2022 Ford Expedition Inventory Max Specs King Ranch. When the ultimate survival strategy on the planet was a truly wild ride, you could accommodate a few wildlife in a Ford Expedition with enough bedroom to pack or two. Ford's most important SUV picked up shows with confidence again in a year 2022, along with consistently high rise around a lot of competition by capacity, excellent model capabilities, coupled with a large amount of space. An unusual challenge to get a loved one, each 2022 Ford Expedition delivers comfort and convenience combined with practicality, without compromising its strong visual appeal, and is nicely rounded to the point by the actions of many people, mainly because of its 3.5-liter twin-turbo engine. 400 HP and even inspiration at times 4x2 or maybe 4x4 powertrains. It can be difficult to produce a full-size SUV in us. It doesn't really match your background. However, Ford has gone the extra mile with its massive SUV offerings and high-profile opponent against fans of your Tahoe and Sequoia. 2022 Ford Expedition Redesign. Exterior design. This bulky SUV takes up a lot of space when you travel, but yet some extra styling finesse compared to your Chevrolet Tahoe Pleasure. Ford approached the family carrier with a bigger is much better perspective in all respects, so there's no doubt in the front grille and a blocky attempt to look typical in it as well. Halogen headlights come with reduced trim as standard, with King Ranch trim concentrations and also platinum preference stainless steel parts and headlights instead. The same concept applies to backlighting. Tire capacity is 18 inches. All over XLT for all 22-inch large merchandise for platinum. The spectacular rooftop views will also be displayed regularly at King Ranch. Pulling the athletes out of the front door in the previously referenced restricted segment is just one way in which the 2022 Ford Expedition could be one stage higher than the rest. Do you remember the one thing that lurks with the harassment we mentioned earlier? The 122.5-inch wheelbase is slightly more than the 116-inch Chevy Tahoe wheelbase and is also on par with any Sequoia. 2022 Ford Expedition Interior Design. That indoor spot on a 2022 Ford Expedition will generally not be preferred, however, it offers plenty of space as well as standard functionality across the most essential levels up. Its box design allows for a lot of real estate internally, but the inclusion of several discounted products makes a somewhat poor preference in people's oral cavities, due to its value sign. However, the infotainment in an SUV is usually simple as well, and it also includes most of the things you can expect from your car or truck over $50,000. All major folding strength performance plus third-grade comfort, safety features are also limitless. This limited tone contributes 12 premium B&O loudspeakers. Speech-ready touchscreen tone can be had with navigation plus Sirius XM efficiency for an additional $740 XLT and limited range as well, but it's available for both King Ranch and Platinum. 2022 Ford Expedition Engine. This large SUV doesn't stick to the load, and it's also about a pair within the department that uses a lower engine without a single engine, although there are two turbos for more enthusiasm within the traditional naturally aspirated engines leased by the competition. The 375 HP V6 on the Expedition list, along with roughly the levels of the King Ranch clamp, for example, is slightly more efficient compared to the larger Chevy Tahoe engine, due to this turbine most of us talked about, and also the gigantic 3.5-liter 2022 Ford Expedition also produces significantly more torque compared to the Tahoe and Sequoia, using a massive 470 lb-ft engine running on the Tahoe's 383 lb-ft plus the 401 lb-ft stats from the Sequoia. Basically, a similar engine will be distributed on most models. Platinum is supplied by Ford with many fine-tuning. This maximizes their production stats to be able to deliver 400 HP, along with a slightly more powerful 480 lb-f. The pre-programmed 10-speed transmission will spread across all color ranges, along with worry-free movements that ultimately improve any engine. Regarding these types of flagship SUVs, they can reasonably hide their size from the driver's seat and give them extra speed compared to what you'd expect from industry cars, even if they aren't really the best. Comfort can be provided, and this is not taken into account when traveling, as it can disrupt this Ford excursion. An unbiased rear end can be effective to further improve handling and comfort scores, providing all possibilities as a vehicle that can be measured. However, the massive 2022 Ford Expedition tire rolls with the rims, considering the massive body weight and the potential for 8 seats, although it is not very convenient for us to fully protest against it. 2022 Ford Expedition price and release date. While the Expedition is fairly high on base levels, our fleet-only and convertible XL bones can be purchased for prices starting at $48,990. The 2022 Ford Expedition XLT would cost $52,810, and even built with 4WD, those costs would add up to $55,820. Upgrading for limited trim offerings is a huge increase in value, and once 2WD is equipped, this MSRP improves to $63,345 plus 4WD and should turn out to be around $3,125. The recently lowered King Ranch levels will set you back $72,895, adding an all-wheel drive vehicle, at close to $76,025.